friends, and welcome back to this International Zine Month preparatory sort of introduction of sorts to International Zine Month. The few short and sweet videos for you to help you get hyped, help you get excited about International Zine Month, or to, if you're like me, go, oh crap, International Zine Month is coming. So yesterday I put up a video about just an introduction of sorts about International Zine Month. I rambled quite a bit, but I hope it was like, if you're not familiar or haven't heard of it, I hope I did a decent explanation of it amidst showing you my zines and everything like that. Today, I couldn't help it. It's like show and tell. I just felt like, oh, look what I made. Anyway. So today I will have a short and sweet, at least that's what I'm aiming for, but we know how that goes at times. Sorry about my hair, it's a mess. So today I thought I would have just one day to show you a few of my favorite tools. Now when it comes to, for zine making, there are so many options out there because there are so many ways to make a zine. So you don't have to have anything in particular other than a piece of paper and something to write with. Something to write on and something to write with. So it's fairly simple, but you can add in a lot more of a lot of things. There stickers and scraps and collage materials, and it depends on what your art type is. You can paint, you can do whatever you want basically, but this is just my preference for things. So I already realized I've forgotten one thing, but I can explain that one. So oh goodness, I feel very discombobulated. I must apologize for the weird lighting because yeah, hello winter. So first up, so I'll just dive in. I'll dive right in. So first up is this. This is my pen pouch. I love it. It's like quilted cover. I have a little Coffee Monsters Co-Fairy on the back if you end up wondering what that is swinging around. So there's a lovely little pen pouch with flowers on it and this nice sage green. And inside, this is kind of like I take this from room to room. It has my essentials in it. So, and inside I have, well, scissors, of course. Scissors, cut and paste, very much. Scissors, very important in general, and in creating zines and stuff like that. So definitely scissors, and they just fit nicely in the pouch. I have this whiteout. I try not to use whiteout too much because, like, scribbles happen, but there are times when I do appreciate the whiteout. I have a large, this is definitely not all of them, but I have a large assortment of these Zig Clean Color Dot markers. Now, I know that these are very popular in the planner world. I use them in my planner too because you can just boop, 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 make a nice colored series of dots for making checklists and stuff like that, and I enjoy them a lot. And they also have like the dot end for making the dots, but they also have a writing end as well. So it's just one of those things. I have a lot of these and I quite enjoy them, and so they're definitely an essential for doing things. And I also have quite a few different highlighters. These are, let's see, I think these are also by Zebra, but they're mild liners in a lot of different colors. Like I have a lot of when I organize things, like let's say this is, let me see, this denotes the Zine Collector podcast. This denotes my grumpy, oh wait, no, this denotes an anxious mood. It also denotes necessities, because I am trying to budget for a trip to the States to see the Black Wolf. She is the Black Wolf. My best friend, Black Wolf, next August. So I'm trying to keep track of finances a little bit better. And so yeah, I have a lot of crossover, but this is kind of like each color represents something. So yeah, that's that's just me. I feel a little bit odd showing this off, but I hope it's helpful to give you like ideas of stuff you might want to be using in your zine making stuff. These are definitely essentials. These are, for me anyway, these are uni pen fine liners, 0.4 and 0.8. I use these a lot for like emphasizing the borders of things and things like that. And sometimes I'll just write in the 0.8. So quite like those. Let's see, I also have a mechanical pencil. Because sometimes I draw first and then use the uni pen fine liners to line it. And this is just extra eraser that fits nicely in there. Oh, just to go with this. And another essential is a ruler. This is a nice metal ruler. The only unfortunate part is that it's only like 6 inches, which works for a lot of stuff but not quite for everything. So, but a nice metal ruler, very good. I'm so glad I got it. And definitely not an essential, but these are just things I've been playing with lately. I have fountain pens. I have a medium nib and a small nib. I like medium, but I wanted to try out small. This one has black ink. This one has purple ink in it. I started playing around with fountain pens. Goodness me, that's me today. I started playing around with fountain pens just because I had watched a video with Neil Gaiman in it, and he talked about writing longhand, his work longhand by fountain pen, and I just thought, well, I'm getting into more and more into revising my novels, and I thought, well, why not? And I do love them very much. I love writing with a fountain pen. It does change your handwriting a little bit as well. It's an all around interesting experience in my opinion. I won't be getting into the habit of or the collecting of fountain pens because that's not where I want to take my life. No judgment to people who do. I think there are a lot of interesting, lovely, gorgeous fountain pens out there, but these ones that I got were just... You can get a fountain pen for about $5 USD, $8 Australian for a plastic barrel for one, and they're quite nice. I go with cartridges rather than any sort of like injecting the ink into it because I am messy and I will definitely mess it up. These ones that I got have metal barrels, but they weren't that much more expensive than the plastic barrel ones, and they're great beginners just to see if you like them, which I just happen to do. So there we go. And then I have the other essential is an Inkjoy 7 Papermate. I love Inkjoy gels. I recommend them. They are big and quite gushy, but I like them. I enjoy writing with them. They come in a large variety of colors, excuse me. And generally I prefer writing with like a 0.4, but this is good for thicker letters. If you need thicker anything, I highly recommend Inkjoy gels. They're very good. I also have this gorgeous little cutie. The little glitter cloud. This is a washi cutter. I use a lot of washi, so you can, but you don't have to get something like this. You can use the edge of a credit card or anything like that. It's a cute glittery cloud. So and then I also have, and you don't want to just go running around with this because I don't know, because there are different laws for different places around the world, so having a blade with you is not always like legal. But this is my X-Acto knife. I don't use it very often, but there are times when I want to like just do a fine cut of, say, washi tape or paper craft or something like that, where I just want to finely cut something out. So there's that. And that is what is in my my pencil case. Lots of fun stuff. And like, I use most of those like every day or every other day. That's why they're in the pencil case and not like in a drawer or something. Whereas these two other things that I consider essentials, they're essentials for me in the way that I like making zines and like what I like doing, but they're not essentials in that you have to go get anything. I'm not trying to get anyone to buy anything because your budget is your own and that sort of things. And a lot of this is the accumulation of years. Like, so I'll just show you what I'm playing with, what I'm looking at. This is washi tape, aka paper tape, sticker tape, decorative tape, all this stuff. And like this is, I've had some of this stuff for years. Like this is a fairly new one from a shop that closed, Mumsy and Bub, but it's gorgeous. It's like the tape is just like butter. It's like butter. It's gorgeous. Coffee Monsters Co. stationery tape. Oh gosh, I don't even remember where I got all of these. I've had them this long. Let's see. This is Parasol Paper Co. It's kind of a grid, but it has a rainbow on it as well. This is BGM. Oh. This is Wonton in a Million. Little ninja faces and stuff. And then you've got other ones that are just like plain colors. All sorts. There's like, with the world of washi, there's all sorts. You have to be careful because some of it is like the washi material, whereas some of it is just like more of a plastic printed tape, which I do not like at all. I have started my zine for the love of washi, so maybe I'll get that done this International Zine Month. We shall see. But yeah, there's definitely, this is Worldcraft. I love this. It's not going to show up too well, I don't think, but clouds and stars and things like that. So washi tape, yeah, it's a large part of how I like to make things, just because I think it's quite pretty, and it just adds a little accent for someone who, especially for someone, sorry, I keep, like, my ear. I think I might have an ear infection starting. For someone who doesn't, like me, who doesn't consider herself very artistic, it can be a nice little pop of something just to add in some color and fun. So yes, washi tape. So far we have this, all that's in here, washi tape. And last but not least, actually not last. So second to last but not least, I have this. Now this is just a temporary box that I'm keeping stuff in, but these are little paper pads. A lot of Kaisercraft ones, but there are heaps of different types out there. I like getting these 6.5 by 6.5 pads because they work out well for smaller zine pages. If you have like an A5 zine, I almost called it Zine. I think I need another coffee. If you have an A5 zine that you're making, these wouldn't work because these are too short in one dimension. But like for like little tearing up little pieces of just pattern paper and things like that, these are very, very useful. I like just having scraps of things in the background. They're good for a pop of color. They're kind of like the paper equivalent of washi tape in that there's just so many different colors and things out there, and they're fairly, I mean, unlike washi tape can get pretty expensive, but like, I'll just fan this out here, but with scrap paper and things like that, it's fairly easy to get all sorts of designs and patterns and things like that for very reasonable cost, which is always a plus for me. So yes, oh goodness me, these are a bit unorganized. So this is a 15.5 centimeter by 15.5 centimeter. So Kmart often has these books that have all these pattern papers in there. I don't love all the patterns, but I'll still use them for like note cards and little notes and everything to send out in orders, so they have multiple uses. But they're definitely a big part of my zine making process as well. Now, let's see. Do I have one? Pardon the sniff. No, I don't have one with me right now, but the reason I said that those were the next to last but not least is because my probably behind something to write with and something to write on, my most important after those two would have to be double-sided tape. I know there are lots of people out there who like their glue sticks, and like, fair point to you, the glue stick away, have some fun, enjoy your glue sticks. I am not a glue stick kind of person, and I just maybe I've just had cheap glue sticks or something like that too often or whatnot, but for me, in my opinion and my experience, they just fall apart too easily. They just don't keep things stuck the way I want them to stay stuck, and thus I have double-sided tape. It's the adhesive of choice for me. And I've tried other things I've tried lots of other things, but nope, nothing works quite like double-sided tape works. So I don't have a roll with me, which is really weird because I usually have like rolls just out all over the office because I use them in pretty much anything, but I do not today. So so there are my tools. A little bit of a peek into just how I make and how I make things and all of that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I meant this to be short and sweet, but it's gone a bit longer, so well, we'll see. Tomorrow should actually be short and sweet considering the subject matter. So until tomorrow, have a beautiful day. I hope your week is going well. I hope you are gearing up and getting ready and feeling good about the coming International Zine Month and the coming second half of the year. Ooh, goodness, I'm not ready. Anyway, so until next time, well, until tomorrow, make some zines, have some fun, and I'll see you then.